Jakarta is the capital city of Indonesia and the largest metropolitan area in Southeast Asia, with tremendous population growth and a wide range of urban problems. The overall population of the megacity of Jakarta grew in the 20th century, from about 150,000 in 1900 to about 28 million in 2010. But how did it become a megacity? Because of this man, President Sukarno. His strong vision was to build Jakarta into the greatest city possible. He gave Jakarta Monas, his most symbolic new structure, the 132-meter high national monument, spacious new government buildings, department stores, shopping plazas, hotels, the sport facilities of Senayan that were used for the 1962 Asian Games, the biggest and most glorious mosque of Istiqlal, new parliament buildings, and the waterfront recreation area at Ancol. In addition, Jakarta's geographical aspects influence the growth of Jakarta. Since Jakarta is a coastal city, it has lots of advantages. Here are the reasons why. Easy shipment of heavy goods from other parts of the world, mobility and greater interaction of people, thus exchange of ideas keeping narrow-mindedness away. Harbors, beaches provide avenues for employment and revenue, and sometimes they act as a nodal connecting point for hinterland areas. This gives them leverage to block or allow access for these areas, thus political muscle. Access to sea also brings access to marine products, fishes and all, and marine resources, metals, minerals and all, thus additional source for revenue. However, Jakarta also has a great deal of urban problems, such as rapid urban growth, flooding, traffic and congestion, in addition, poverty and inequality. In this video, we will be focusing on the problem of environmental quality. How does the dangerous quality of the environment affect people, short-term and long-term? Air pollutants such as lead-based compounds can lead to serious health effects like cancer or other types of reproductive effects and birth defects. Rising global temperatures is also causing glaciers to melt, releasing water that causes sea levels to rise and threaten coastal communities and economies that rely on coastal resources. Diseases such as amoebiasis, typhoid, and hookworm are caused by polluted drinking water. Breathing polluted air puts you at a higher risk for asthma and other respiratory diseases. Air pollutants are mostly carcinogens, and living in a polluted area can put people at a risk of cancer. Coughing and wheezing are common symptoms observed on city folk. Air pollution damages the immune system, endocrine, and reproductive systems. High levels of particle pollution have been associated with higher incidence of heart problems. Jakarta's air quality today is 119. According to the Air Quality Index, Jakarta's pollution is unhealthy for sensitive groups. So, people with heart or lung disease, older adults, and children are considered sensitive and therefore at a greater risk. The social, environmental, economic, and political impacts of urbanization is negative and positive. Here are the reasons why. Citizens in Jakarta has a greater access due to better transport infrastructure. It is a major benefit for an urban population economically, but it is also beneficial for social reasons. This is due to convenience. An urban population has access to a vast array of services, for example, health, social services, food, education, and recreational services. All are readily accessible in urban areas. This access makes life much more comfortable and raises living standards compared to rural areas. Urban areas are extremely efficient. Urban residents spend much less effort in retrieving basic amenities, such as food and water, because of the increase in population. In addition, fertility rates are much higher in urban areas than in rural areas. When there is an initial net movement of people moving from rural to urban areas, there is a rapid population growth. However, as health is better in urban areas, the death rate naturally declines. And as the healthcare is more advanced, families are having less children as the mortality survival rate is much higher. Urban populations interact to a greater extent with their environments compared to rural populations. The major environmental issues incorporated are air pollution, water pollution, and the destruction of natural habitats. Consequently, This depletion of urban environments causes effects on the health and standard of living of the urban population. Overall, the denser the urban population, the more negative impacts the environment encounters. Urbanization and economic growth are inevitably linked. However, the impacts from this can be both negative and positive. Economic growth normally implies a process where rural land is converted to urban uses, such as industrial, residential, and commercial. This is a transition from agricultural-based economy to more urban economy, based on services and industry. Cities have always been at the heartbeat of technological advances and economic growth. The creation of jobs and prosperity attracts people towards cities such as Tokyo, the richest city in the world cities. For example, Tokyo has the largest GDP of any city on Earth, with $1.5 billion that has created opportunities which has attracted over 13 million people to live in the core of Tokyo and over 26 million to live in the surrounding suburbs. But the unprecedented rapid growth of some cities has caused adverse implications, such as environmental pollution, social violence, and economic inequalities. As the population in cities grew rapidly, new problems occurred, and the political environment changed to meet needs. Politicians became responsible for much larger amounts of people in cities. Each city had different ways to manage their specific problems. An issue that is prevalent in an extremely large city such as New York City may not be the same of importance in Albany. Professional politicians emerged to run the local government like a business by providing social services in exchange for votes. City bosses such as the famous Boss Tweed of the Tammany Hall district in New York City took advantage of the new immigrants. Bosses often traded jobs and services for votes to the desperate immigrants' needs. The Boss Tweed provided jobs on the city payroll, found housing for new arrivals, gave gifts of food and clothing to the needy, and helped build schools, parks, and hospitals in immigrant neighborhoods. What can we do to help impoverished families who are living in a world full of hazardous, harmful, polluted air and water areas, more specifically shanty houses? We can create a donation website where anyone can donate their money to our charity. Then with the money donated, we will buy drinking water treatments, Connecticut, and we will give it to people who do not have access to clean drinking water. In addition, with the money donated, we could buy tree seedlings and plant it around people's shanty houses with their permission. This project will improve the quality of the life of the residents of Jakarta because it would lead people living in the shanty houses will have free and easy access to clean drinking water, and they will not worry about having clean drinking water. In addition, when trees are planted around their houses, they will have more oxygen and a better lifestyle. It is sustainable because it does not rely on one source for money, and anyone can donate money to the website. Sadly, some people won't have access to water immediately, and it will take time for us to hand out all the drinking water treatments to everyone. This is the same for planting down the trees.